we rejoin our friend and semi-hero Roger Wilco as he rockets back toward his home planet Xenon, which he hasn't seen since Space Quest II. Having successfully rescued those two ingrates from Andromeda, he decides a pit stop on Magnifius is in order. During the descent to this cosmic canteen, he is unaware of the interest that has been generated regarding his fate.
We have confirmation of his position, Master.
Off to Magnifius with you then. It is time for Wilco to meet the fate which I have crafted for him.
As our story begins, we find the aluminum mallard parked outside a seedy spaceport bar. We join Roger as he relates one of his greatly exaggerated tales of adventure. The aliens are only too happy to listen, as long as Roger is by.
See, there was this deadly root monster, a ferocious swamp creature, and a Labion terror beast to contend with. Then I had to outsmart another of Vohaul's gorillas and steal the shuttle.
Are you Roger Wilco?
Yeah.
Please come with me.
Hello, Roger Wilco. Surprised to see an old friend? You have no idea how special this moment is for me. This is no chance encounter, I can assure you. I have this one loose end to tie up before I begin my reign as the supreme being of all that exists. I do not like to lose. You are a blemish on what would otherwise be a perfect record of domination, terror, and invincibility. Besides, I'm still a bit miffed about that asteroid deal in Space Quest II. Anyway, to relieve the pain of my humiliation and to prevent you from being a pain in my future, you must die. It's been nice seeing you one last time. Then, do the dirty deed.
You go left and split them up. Mr. Wilco, follow me and do exactly as I say. Let's move!
Hey, I want to know what the...
Listen, I can't explain it all to you now. They've got a beat on our coordinates. We've got to move fast. We gotta do this fast. Shield your eyes! Jump into the time rip! Do it now! You've got to! If I take the time to explain, we're both parking lot pizza. You'll understand soon.
Now where am I? You wonder aloud to non-existent auditory organs. This place sure looks homey. Hey, wait! This looks just like Xenon. It is Xenon! It's really a pile. Along with the changes induced by an armed conflict, the city looks different, more modern, with a heavy dash of post-disaster seasoning. Casually glancing at the status line, you happen to notice that you're in Space Quest XII. What's happened? Who was that guy with the overdeveloped hairdryer? Why did you let yourself be talked into jumping into some strange shimmering hole? Why are you talking to yourself? These incredibly intriguing questions will quickly be forgotten, with barely an electron stirred in that well-armored orb atop your shoulders.
Alright, let's turn up the speed. So what is this game, you may be asking? Space Quest is sort of the parody version of King's Quest, which is a sort of point-and-click adventure game. But Space Quest was always the amusing one. Like, they'd break the fourth wall and do all sorts of silly things. So this is a very old game, actually. I think it came out in 1991, so it's older than my girlfriend. Let's see.
Okay, you
yes,
now
unstable.
have the unstable ordnance. Remember, it was your idea. Good luck.
I think one of the best things in this game is how the narrator will mock you when you die. So, for example, that item I just picked up is actually not very good to have. If we walk over here.
This...
And let's jump down here.
I would think that something identifiable as unstable ordnance would be low on your list of fun and healthy things to carry. We hope you'll get yourself together and rejoin us. Isn't this a blast?
Are you sure you...
You are...
Yeah, I think one of the best things in this game is just the way the narrator will break the fourth wall and do things like that. Alright, so let's go back. I think I remember how to do most of this. I used to play this a lot as a kid. One of the
You
first
take
games
the
I played.
small, frayed, useless-looking length of rope.
Now we have to try and catch that bunny. Gotta watch out for this guy, he's pretty freaky. He'll kill you if he
Those
sees
sure
you.
are some finely honed reactions you've got there. Perhaps you're still suffering from time lag. Nothing happened.
Oh dear. These games are very unforgiving. Gotcha.
That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen. The stress placed on the rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
Alright. Hopefully I don't run into that freaky guy. Go to the side. I think there's one more item you need to get. The problem with these games is they'll sometimes have an item at the very beginning of the game that you need, and if you... Oops. If you don't get it, then... What? 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 No, stop it! Roger, what are you doing? There we go. No, no, no! No, 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 no! Run away! Oh, maybe he hasn't seen me.
After taking a quick look around to reassure yourself that the place is as dead as it looks, you snitch the Pocket Pal laptop.
Right, now we don't need those unstable ordnance, so let's get out of here. Hopefully we can do it without dying. Why does he keep doing that though? That's strange. Oh dear, there he is. There we go. Oop! Just missed me. Now, I think we need this jar.
You take the jar into custody. Ah, a button. Perhaps I'll give it a press.
Data entry 22795. This message is to whomever may be so fortunate as to find it. I am Professor Lloyd, lead designer of the Xenon supercomputer project, the ultimate in artificial intelligence. The computer was designed to enhance our lives, but instead ended up being the ruin of us all. We made the mistake of tying it into the most important facets of our existence here on Xenon, including our weather control and defense systems. It seemed like a sound idea at the time, and all proceeded well for about 3 years. It was around then that a deep space salvage operation recovered what appeared to be some sort of antiquated data storage unit contained in a flimsy cardboard box on which the words Leisure Suit Larry were imprinted. On its back was the picture of a not particularly wholesome gentleman, but that's another story. My counterparts exhibited shameful behavior as they tore open the box to get at its contents. I could not understand the commotion it generated. The data was uploaded into the supercomputer for analysis. As a result, a crippling virus spread through the machine like a bad social disease. All control of the computer was lost. All screens went blank. Then these words were displayed by the monitors and uttered by the vocal outputs. Wilco must pay. From that day forth, the possessed computer waged war on the inhabitants of Xenon, using our own weapons against us. Some managed to escape to other planets. Those of us who remained stayed to fight the machines and robots under its control. It was a bloody war. Those of us that were not killed were taken captive and modified. These cyborgs infiltrated the loyal ranks of resistance, rooting out almost all of our hiding places and exposing us to the mechanical menace. Some of these poor souls still wander the streets. As of this recording, we are down to only a handful of rebels. My health is deteriorating rapidly. To make matters worse, I've just learned that the computer has unraveled the mysteries of time travel. I've sent my 2 best men to attempt to steal this new technology. If you are not a machine, then perhaps they were successful. Please realize, you are Xenon's last hope.
Those 2 guys must have been the guys at the beginning of the game. Now, one of these games... Let's see, do I walk in here? Yep. Alright, so let's save it. These games you really have to save a lot.
Oh no! The door has shut, and there's no way back. What are you going to do now?
Now, as I recall, I think you need to get some... I think there's some slime that comes out of these, doesn't it? Yes. And you have to act quick. Where's my jar? Slime. There we go. No, no, run, run!
As the green slime dissolves the flesh from your bones, you think, hey, this stuff consumes 47 times its weight in acid. Oh no! Okay.
Gotcha.
You scoop up the slimy secretion. Better get away now before it scoops you up. You don't need to look at it. It's very pleasant looking. A sleek patrol transport occupies the area presently.
Alright, I think we have to first save because I don't want to have to do that slime thing again. I don't want the sequel police to catch me, so let's go. think I've got everything I
This
need.
seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
Alright, now... I think it was the left. One of these ways will kill you. Ah, here we go.
I've just completed a scan of the Labion sector of Space Quest II. No sign of presence at this time. Grrrr, schluff, urruff.
Mega seed of zaps. Zabo fila zagold.
Okay, let's grab this ship. Alrighty. Now, I can't remember how me and my brother figured out the code. I think this is the code to get to this place, so you need to remember this and write it down. If you don't forget it, then that's just too bad. Maybe it was... Which one was the...
The
maybe
powerful
that.
quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again.
I think me and my brother, when I was playing this, because I used to play this with my brother as a kid, we would just type in random codes until we got past this part of the game. Which doesn't really make much sense, because if you look at it, there's probably millions of combinations to get through here. So let's see. That. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you need the game manual actually to figure this part out. That's how the old games would do the old piracy correction. Make sure you weren't pirating. Alright, maybe that... What? I've never seen this before. That's cute.
It was the I Love Lunacy show. You must have briefly tuned into the electronic entrails of some long-lost civilization.
Ah, yeah,
The
first
powerful
line,
quad
maybe.
quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
What? This isn't where I wanted to go. Can't remember going here. Space Quest III. It's definitely not where I want to be. Oh no!
This is Roger. This is Roger on Ortega. Any questions?